side is the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon.
Before we commence the session for today's sitting, I wish to inform the public that the legislature is the first branch of government and operates by funding approved in the national budget. The retreat held in Grand Bassa County under the theme ensuring robust oversight was legally funded, and the Senate's committee budget line, which makes it legal, is clear. Also, the Liberian Senate does not have a DSA budget line. Therefore, the story about senators getting DSA is false and misleading. The Liberian Senate operates by the Constitution and the rules of the Senate, and the rules provide for one spokesperson on official matters of the Senate, and that person is the President pro tempore. Therefore, all information about the Senate retreat in the public that has been used to target senators is unofficial. Coming out of the retreat is an agreement to have the General Auditing Commission, the GAC, complete its report after a 1-month system review of the Senate's financial management system. We are moving towards setting up the financial management system and digitization, which includes our website for an open Senate. When this process is completed, all information, including publishing our budget and financials, will be on the website.
Institution here.
We are also working with the CSA on employee headcount to streamline and build capacity for efficiency in the Senate. These initiatives are laudable, and we are grateful to the institutions involved. The Liberian Senate is now moving towards transparency and accountability and openness, and we are grateful for the cooperation of the entire Senate. On Tuesday, June 25th, the Senate will deliberate on the proposals to the Senate rules that were done at the beginning retreat, and after the endorsement of those proposals, the Senate will have its new rules published for the working of the Senate and the public. Thanks to all who participated in this very important retreat, and we look forward to executing all deliverables of the retreat.
That's a big deal. But since it has not made sense yet, we thought to demonstrate our word into action by maintaining that we will take only $5,000 of our monthly money. Just as we are about to return to Monserrado what we have received from government, we would like to make it in a re-emphasized way that when we said what we said, we were clear on the record that we would take only $5,000 from Monserrado County. When we made the argument, it was a fact that senators were taking $15,325 in gross, and after tax deduction, they will come at $12,000. I insisted I would take $5,000 out of that $15,000 and return the rest to Monserrado County. And we insisted that whatever the money will be here, More than 5,000 will return the rest to Monserrato. So if we're making 15,000, we'll take 5,000 and give Monserrato 10. If they increase our money here, or we increase our money here to 100,000, Darius Dillon will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 95,000. If we're making 5,100, Darius Dillon will take 5,000 and give Monserrato 100. If we make it under 5,000, then Monserrato gets nothing. Because the baseline has always been.
Solokan District. The Pligo City Corporation, they are also part of this this process. And again, we will look on some of these things to see the expired date. If you see on this, I think these are. What is this, brother? What is this? Milk? I'm not seeing the name on it. Oh, okay. Concrete. Okay, concrete. So, you see, we call this sometimes you call this Komi, and you see on here this on May 29, this expire in 2023, but they are still short in it. When you look on here, you see the expiry date, and you see the expiry date on it. So at least 2023 it needed to be dumped. Again, on the side is another expired goods, and we have been told that the entire warehouse is then locked up, filled to capacity, and of course the Liberia Jones Security in Maryland County, and also the Environmental Protection Agency. They are also here on this parole. The Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency, the National Police, the Immigration Service, the fire service, some security, some bus cards, and some other community-wide forum members, alongside with the Environmental Protection Agency. Let's see this one. What is here this morning? When this got expired, let me see on it. I'm going to see on this what day and get the expired date of this one. This one, I'm still searching for the expired date. I can't see it. I say that they took it out. Okay, I just see it. So this one get expired in 2022. They should be gone in 2022, but of course it is still here. The people are seeing selling it. So we want to say thanks for watching us. My name is Alfonso Bonat, and I just trying to bring to you exactly what's happening here from the shop. This is the owner of the shop, and this is Rico. And Rico is one of Liberia's premier, one of Liberia's premier drinks producer in the county, and they are here today with this stock. So you see security apparatus, they are all here gathered, and they are making sure that they do their work intelligently, and make sure that all of these things can be as they've been arrested, can be taken to a specific place. We don't know how it will be, and we're hoping to interact with them. This is Super Gary milk. This is milk, and
Okay, so Tonto Spoon, you're in Grand Julia, you're in Grand Cape Mount County, you're in Margibi, you're in Sino, you're in Plibo, you're in Nimba, you're in Bon County, or maybe they're in Grand Cape Mount County. Just Tonto Spoon across the 15 counties of Liberia and beyond. This is where you get the news. This is where you get authentic information every single day. And I want to say welcome again for joining us. Welcome again. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We are live across the Spoon Network. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. We're live across Radio Land, Spoon FM 107.5, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5, and of course other frequencies across the country. And I want to say thanks to our folks online as well for joining us tonight. We are live on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live, on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. Many thanks to all of you I see in the comment section already. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight. We will appreciate if you were to share the show as you come on tonight. Share the program in all of your group chats, your WhatsApp, your Messenger, and your different groups on Facebook. Let's have the conversation going on. This is where we come with diverse views, and here we're elevating the young voices. The young people of Liberia get to express themselves, make an objective analysis on the unfoldings in the country every single day, regardless of your political views. You may support party this, party that, regardless of where you stand on those critical national issues. This is where you get to have a voice, whether you're here on the panel or you're there in the comment section, giving your feedback on everything that goes on the show. That's the beauty of it. And we want to say welcome to all of you tonight for joining us. My name is Nelson Colette. We'll go to the comment section and recognize a few of you, but let me bring in our co-moderator, Morba Zokat. He's here. He has joined us already. Morba, thanks for joining us tonight, man. It's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson.
Are you holding your gadget in your hand? Are you going to do that throughout the show?
No. I already set it on a I call it on the stuff, but I'm trying to balance it. But
Okay.
We should be good. Yeah.
Okay. That's a great one, man. We're here tonight, and yes, so many things happening in Liberia.
Yep.
Sometimes the happenings are so many to a point where you get to forget some of them, and you want to discuss the issues. You're thinking where to start from, and then that's where the order of importance comes in.
Yep.
But again, and the other people say news judgment, right? Yeah. But I want to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. Let me go to the comment section. Mobile will come back. We'll do the update. We'll provide the updates for the Liberian people. We'll tell them some of the unfoldings in the country. And we'll do our opening and then go into the discussion tonight. So many great issues to talk about. All I can say is share the program. Let's have a great conversation tonight. But to the comment section now, let me see who are those that are already here. I see. Okay, so I see Masilia Dodi Junior. Hope I got your name right. Thanks for joining us. Hashim Family is here tonight. Thanks for being here, Hashim. Isaac Foko, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let us know where you joining us from as well. I see Alexander Summers is here. He says he's joining from Totota, Bon County. Yeah, and I want to say welcome. I see Nimba Peace Ambassador Buto. Thanks for being here. You said you're joining from Nimba County. Wow. So from Bon County, we're going to Nimba County now. I see Paraba Son Matthews is joining us from Johnsonville. That's here in Montserrat County. Hashim Family said he's joining from Pennsylvania in the USA. Arthur Loyon is joining from here, Congo Town. Yes, that's somewhere around where we're broadcasting from. Thanks for joining us tonight. I see Madam Marcia Snelling. Hope I got the name right. Yes. I think I'm going to receive some lashes for this. But thanks for joining us tonight, ma'am. We appreciate you. I see Siata Tengwed is here as well. Coco Zokura, thanks for being here. Charles Deland is joining us tonight. Thanks for being here. I see Borta, Jesse, Sumu, Prince, Tokpa, and so many of you joining us tonight. Just can't call all of the names, but I appreciate every single person for joining us here tonight. Alice Band, Hipko Cassie, some of the regular folks that will always come on. Nush is here tonight. I know you came for Vasco Nush, because when you hit the comment section, you're always on Vasco's back, critiquing everything he says on the show. When it comes to Vasco, Nush wants all of the evidence. I want pieces of evidence. You got document to prove that. He can be all in the comment section. But when Moba says it, when Ami says it, they may not get any question whatsoever. Nush is not being fair to Vasco. Maybe because Vasco is a Sidician, sometimes a lone Sidician on the show, everything he says, noosh noosh, and some of the guys will go after him. But that's the beauty of the show. We appreciate all of that. And yes, let's hope we can have a great conversation tonight. And as I said, so many things happening. The folks will join in as we move on with the conversation. But Mama, let's get your opening before I give the updates. Let's get your opening just before I move into the update, because right after the update, then we'll move into the discussion. What's on your mind about your opening?
Well, there's a lot. Let's say a lot of things going on in Liberia right now. The government trying their best to fix things, but it's not easy. Again, we supported the government to do the right thing, and we're looking up to them to do the right thing. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think the president needs to take drastic action on some of this stuff. And today, I was reading. I was reading. Like say, I went through the news and I saw the telecommunication authority. I think they say a lot of people in the country operating without license, more especially Freedom FM. We all know Freedom FM to be one of the radio stations, and say things without evidence. They say a lot of things, and they know that. You say what in my mind, my man. You say what in my mind. Let me talk my own.
Yeah. I said what's on your mind. But as a media institution, I don't want us to go after.
No. That's what on my mind. I'm trying to emphasize on the attack. I'm trying to emphasize. I'm trying to lay let's say, trying to come trying to make a comparison between the government, the past government, and this government. Because the past government, a lot of radio stations, because they were in the interest of George Weah, they were operating without license. But this government, and the one who were having license, the government was pursuing them because they were against what the government was doing. More especially our radio station, Spoon FM, were closed, and we'll get paper, we'll get all our documents were correct. So you see it. So I'm trying to tell you the transparency, and when it comes to equal right for every Liberian.
But Vasco, Vasco, welcome to the show. But Maba, you're trying to, in the words of Toure, you're trying to convolute things here. At one end, you say the government trying to fix things, which means things are not. I'm coming. Things are not fixed. Things are going haywire.
No, we'll go for.
The left is going right and the right is going left. You said the government is trying to fix things, but then you come back to say everything is okay.
No,
in fact, it wasn't okay on the CDC, but now everything is okay. So where exactly are you headed, Mobile? Just take
specifically on the issue of telecommunication coming on. I'm speaking specifically on the issue of telecommunication coming on with that listing. The LTA on George Weah, they were not having lesson, but they operated. But George Weah accepted them because they were preaching in favor of George Weah. But Spoon were having lesson, right? But they closed down Spoon. Now, the regime, you got having lesson operating. So all of radio entities without having lesson, let it be closed. That's the point.
That's
on that aspect.
Okay.
But other things, when it comes to the government issue, we discuss it, what the government need to face.
Thank you very much. But just a quick clarity, we weren't shut down because of license issue. It was actually because
after that license issue, I'm trying to make
Nancy,
you work on the media team until to the extent
that at the end of the day,
Freedom ever do nothing to you. I say my own.
Okay, thank you, Moba. Thanks a lot. Vasco, you're opening quickly. What's on your mind? Just 1 minute, 30 seconds, so we officially start the show. We appreciate if you can share the program as you come on. Please share the show so we have a great conversation tonight. Go ahead, Vasco. Let's hear you.
Nelson, let me say hi to everybody, those that are watching us and those that are listening to us by the means of radio. What's on my mind is the suffering, Nelson. The people are suffering in the country, Nelson. 6 months ago, things wasn't like this in Liberia. I received numbers of calls, even people that supported the rescue train, they are all feeling the pains. And the government is doing.
I think you're having some issues. But let me welcome our brother Francis Jabate. Mr. Jabate, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah,
I
thank you,
think
Dazzy.
I think Vasco got a call, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Just do your opening.
that's what happens when you start to lie and God slap your phone or shut your gadget off. You know, we come here every day to talk about what's going on in Liberia. And for me, I decided in the last maybe week or so to not play politics, but to speak to the issues going on in our country. But every now and then we have folks that will come and say it was not like this last year or 6 months ago. But then they say, oh, government are continuing. When we want to compare the negative from last administration to now, they say, oh, you guys came to the rescue. You're in power. You're not talking about the past, but you want to talk about the past when it suits you. That's the problem with what's going on in our country. We need to sit here and talk about the issues that are affecting our people. Like today, they're talking about $45,000 has been approved to buy 103 cars for lawmakers. I'm asking Liberian people, don't listen to the people that come and tell you, say, oh, we see this and they kick us out for being the worst government ever. So let's just play partisan politics. 103 people about to receive cars. Please, my Liberian people, if you see any of these lawmakers carrying cars that they are driving, take picture of it and post it on social media. Because these cars are not old. These cars are not broken down. Their cars are still in good condition, better than some of the cars that we're driving out here outside of Liberia. What makes them think they deserve to spend? Hey, let me do my perfect key math. Because if you take 103 people and spend $45,000 on cars for each of them, that 103 times 45.
The map not mapping.
That's $4,635,000 right there. $4,635,000. Why do these people need a new car? The car they're driving right now to go pick up the new car is new. The car they're driving right now to go pick up the new car are new. So why they need a new car? It makes zero sense. And we talk about, oh, we need to fix road, we need help with agriculture. Divide that. If you, let's say, by 50, you can spend 92,000. Let's assume a yellow machine. Because I think the last time I talked about yellow machine cost anywhere between $80,000 to $100,000. You can buy 50 yellow machine at the cost of $92,700. So imagine buying 50 and just putting all in the southeast to attack the road condition. In less than a year, the entire country, the southeast can be connected. The roads can be paved for a year or two. But these dishonorable lawmakers driving new cars to go pick up new cars. And the president, the executive, the chief minister of government, they're a bunch of corrupt people, not just from here, going back. There are no good leaders in our country. Because a good leader will sit down and say, no, we can't keep spending the people money like this. But from the president, the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, all of them, they are criminals. Because they will tell you, say, in the budget.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Francis. Thank you very much, Francis.
And I didn't want to put in the budget.
But again, we have to move to the issues. Okay, so Vasco, you went off. Just take 30 seconds to conclude. You were doing your opening.
Like I said, the people are suffering, Nelson. And this government came to rescue. But when you look at the way the people living right now in the country, I mean, it's frustrating on a serious note. You cannot come to rescue and your citizen living in this kind of a condition. And one thing I noticed about this government, I think they came to enrich themselves. Because every corner, everywhere, the ministers, down to the lawmakers, they are just there to make the Liberian people suffer more.
Thank
So,
you.
I mean, we pray that this 6 year can just go faster so we can get this calamity from upon our head. Because it's a complete
Thank you, Vasco.
mess.
Thank you, Vasco. I think 6 years is a long time, though. That prayer must be a very long one.
Yeah,
You
we'll
know.
pray. It will go fast.
You know, that prayer must be a very long one. 6 years. Wow.
When I, oh,
But if you're kneeling down, we'll get into the show. If you're kneeling down to pray that kind of prayer, before they says you're finished, going all growing your pan. Vasco, do you want to do this?
Yes,
Come
on.
on your knees, come on, will grow all day.
Pray.
You know, but it's a tough one. But it's a good thing that we're here tonight, and hope we can have a great show tonight. A lot of things happening in the country, some of which you've spoken to already. Yes, Moba did speak about the LTA. Yes, they came up with a listing of compliant and non-compliant media institutions today, and that those institutions, 17 institutions that risked closure for failing to register since they started operation. Since they started operating, the institution they're not registered yet. You know, so the listing of the institutions are there. And what is even more interesting is that even government institutions, they are among those radio stations as well. You know? And so the LTA is saying that those institutions risk closure. The listing is there, 17 of them. Amongst those institutions, you have the Ministry of Education radio station is there, you know, and a lot of other institutions, you know. Let me hold it right there. But on the flip side, the protest.
You want me to call someone? I can call it. Say you want to call it.
No, you already started calling someone in name. So let's continue from there. So there are other there are another one is the response today from the pro-tem regarding the controversial retreat, the budget, and everything that went on. She responded. She says she's the official spokesperson, and that they don't have anything such as DSA. In fact, the information circulating relative to the budget spent on the retreat is not true. It's false. There was nothing done illegally. Everything was legal, and as such, people should not listen to what's in the corridor. Now, on the flip side, the Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency is reporting that Montserrado ranked number 1 or at the top of the chart when it comes to counties where drugs trading and drug abuse is going on. Montserrado County is number 1. It's at the top of the list of the counties where the sale of drugs and the usage of drugs is on the increase. So they're saying that the kush, the tramadol, and marijuana are amongst those dangerous narcotic substances that are damaging the young people of the country in those counties. And Christopher Peters, who is now the acting head of the institution, is saying that immediate action or some immediate effort will have to be made towards curbing the spread of the substance. If need be, give more funding to the LDA and all of that. We saw recent protestation from the students from the University of Liberia. Well, they've been going on with that for a while now, based on the decision from the faculty, the University of Liberia Faculty and Staff Association, uh, the faculty association and to stay away from academic activities. And so today, the University of Liberia Faculty and Staff Association termed as unfortunate the Board of Trustees' threat against members to maintain that classes will remain closed until the university entered entire administration step down. So what they're saying is that in the midst of the action they've taken, based on how much is affecting academic activity and the image it's creating for the institution, some members of the organization, of the staffers, the faculty, they've been threatened. And so they are saying that it is unfortunate, but they're not going to back down. So they re-emphasize their decision that they're going to stay away from all of the campuses, which include the Fendel, the St. J, the medical, the AME Dougherty Medical School, the Capitol Hill campus, and all of those other places. They will stay away. And they want Dr. Julia Saulo Nelson, who is the current president of the institution, and the entire management team to leave the administration of the institution. That's the only way they will go back to classes. Well, they had an engagement with the media today, and they unleashed all of those pieces of information. And so this is where we are. So what that means is that until this dust can be settled, we're going to see the back and forth going on. We're going to see the back and forth going on. This is where we are. And politically, there's something happening. And I think we're going to end up here, and then we'll move into the actual, into the show now. The speaker today appointed former District 15 representative candidate Tilia Ure as a senior advisor on foreign affairs and legislative engagement in his office. So, a lot of you are aware that the speaker is, there has been information in the corridor about some intentions. He asked for 2029. And even in the very CDC, there is some shaking. It's not as green as a lot of people will imagine. Maybe Vasco here may not agree with me. Vasco may disagree with me, but it's not as green as Vasco may want to present it, because he's eyeing something big. He's claiming the ladder gradually from deputy speaker, now speaker, term most powerful man, and so he's making some appointments. Tilia Ure came next to Abu Bana Kamara. He won narrowly. And then
He not won an election, Nelson. Point of correction. It was Rick. We got evidence. It was Rick.
But Mobile, we have to give the updates. We'll come to the analysis. So he has brought her on board. Meanwhile, this is a speaker who comes from the CDC. This is a CDC speaker. This is a speaker who was supported heavily by the CDC. Bringing Tilia Ure on board when Abu Bana Kamara is seated there at the legislature. What does this mean? What exactly is going on here? Is there anything cooking for 2029? Now, if there is anything you should always take note of about the speaker, that thing would be that he will start to plan far ahead of time. If you look at the just ended, how do you call it? The election, the speakership election. When Unity Party was just getting ready to get involved with the election with their candidate, Representative Kuhn, Hey, Town Speaker Kofa already ahead because he already started planning. Even while election was going on, he started planning with some of those people who he saw as very influential that could make it to the capital. He started to build the relationship, and once they got there, based on his support towards them and all of that, they owe it to him. But this is where we are, and we're going to start the conversation from here, guys. Interestingly, something is going on at the Liberia National Police. And this is where I want us to start our conversation from tonight. We know that this Liberia National Police is one institution that the Liberian people rely on, they depend on heavily when it comes to providing security. They're the first group of people that any citizen will run to in case they have issues. So that in itself says how important it is for this group to be prioritized and for everything to be going on right there. Under the previous administration, when we were somewhere going towards the election or so, the previous administration sent a good number of those guys to the police academy. Those guys underwent the training. And on the 18th of January, just few days to the inauguration, the guys were graduated. Class 46 was graduated on the 18th of January. The total number of people in that class was, I'm going to get the number, was 646. 646 individuals underwent the training and they were graduated from the police academy. From the 18th of January up to now, those people were given some temporary ID cards. Meanwhile, those 646 persons, today, as we speak, they've been working. Those individuals, especially with the no-go zone enforcement that's going on now, they are the ones at the full front. They are the ones that have been deployed. Now, in the evening hours, if you just drove along the traffic, especially here on the Tottenham Boulevard, you will see those young guys in their clean uniforms. They are along the streets. They are working. I understand they work by shifts. They have shifts, some shifts, and all of that, but they are working. But what is more concerning is, since those guys were graduated, they are yet to receive a dime as a pay. The guys have worked for pretty close to 5 months. You do your math, maybe the perfect key math or whatever, from the 18th of January up until now. The guys are yet to receive a dime. Aside from just the motivation aspect, what does it say about security, the level of professionalism that should be exhibited at the level of the Liberian National Police? What does it say about labor practices within the Liberian National Police? I mean, let's start the conversation from here. And maybe every institution may have their own ups and downs. Maybe because of the political nature too. Well, there are information in the corridor that part of the reason why there is this back and forth between with whether or not those individuals get those benefits or they're catered to is because they were politically hired. That because it was under the CDC, they just pack people and just send it to the academy, you know, and stuff like that. Well, let's start the conversation from here. Mobile, let's start with you. We're gonna take Zoka. And
but
so we're gonna bring our brother as a guest panelist tonight. We'll bring Charles on shortly. But go ahead, Mobile, make your input.
Yeah, Nelson, I think when it comes to the security sector, the government need to be, on top of things, actually, because for every country, we learn from mistake. everywhere in the world, people prioritize security. Security, without security, the country will not like go far. There will be a lot of crimes in the country. People will do a lot of things. But because of the security, things, at least there will be a crime, that things will happen, but people will be, the security will be able to put things in control. But there's my point, right? Based on the way they get hired, I think that's where the problem coming from. But I think with my understanding, it shouldn't be the problem because they are Liberian. Number one.
No, Mama, you have to find a place that you will stay. You have to find a place and balance your feet.
Yeah, but
no. You can be here. You can spread your leg two sides. You have your leg on one side and on the other side. Where exactly are you, Moba?
No, listen. I come in and I don't want to bring it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
trying to formulate things
at the qualification as well. You understand? So when it comes to the qualification part, maybe they don't know, or for me, I don't know how many of them qualify. You understand? But the Liberian, they get the right to serve their country in any capacity as much they are qualified to be hired in anywhere where it comes to government, any part of the government. So the government we having now, right? The JMB government, what all they need to do, go back on the drawing board and re-interview the people. Number one.
No, come on.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm gonna bring some of the videos when those guys were graduated on that fateful day, when they were taking the oath to protect their country, to serve their country. And we said government is continuative.
But there's no need for the government to stop.
It doesn't matter whether CDT hired them or Unity hired them. Government is continuative.
You're right. Then there's no need for the government to stop paying them. As long as they're working, as long as they're performing the duty of the country, right? There's no need. First of all, the government have found no fault on any of them. Number one.
No.
They go to work, they're performing their duty, saving life and property, and going on time, reporting. So I think the government need to go back on the drawing board and stop the too much politics things. Then they forget about the too much politics things. They are Liberians. As long as they're competent to do the work, let them do it. There's no need for the government to hold on their salary. Except the government can come to us, tell all the reason why they're holding their salary and what they want to do.
You know, and interestingly, and when we're coming to you next, Vasco, interestingly, when the police IG was hosted on this very network, he admitted that they owe those people. And Mama, the issue here is not about somebody withholding the salaries of those newly trained or graduated police officers. No, those new recruits. No. The information here is that those guys have not received a dime.
Yeah, but we understand.
Yeah, but they're out there enforcing the motorcyclist registration, the regulation, and everything.
Bad labor practice. And we can keep doing this to our own people. Look, Nelson, you get all of national in our country, right? As they're working in, they're getting paid. Why? But your own Liberian, all the money will be circulating right in our country. I think the RG, Mr. Como, need to go on the drawing board and see how Ben can pay the people for the past 5 or 6 months. He should pay the people. Is that right to get paid? They work for it and they're working under the government. So let that conclude, right? I think the best thing the government need to do is to go back on the drawing board and try to clear the people out.
You know, and Moba, you know, sometimes it's hard to fix things, especially when you want to fix things. But I can understand. Vasco, please go ahead. Let's bring our brother Charles on. Charles is coming on as a guest panelist tonight. Okay, so Charles, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on tonight. We're going to come to you. But one quick thing is that as part of the rule on the show, we don't do face cap. And so we appreciate if you were to. Okay, we're going to come to you, but let's hear from Vasco. Vasco, your thoughts on this?
Thank you, Nelson. Like I always say, this government will go down in history as the worst government ever. Because these people classify themselves to be the people that have the technical know-how, that know everything. When we came to power, our inexperienced government, because we knew very well that the security sector should never be politicized. Because the securities are people to defend the state and make sure the rule of law works for everybody. So nowhere in the world you see people politicizing that era. When we came with the limited resources, we even recruited people to act on the people that we met there. There were nowhere in any security sector that you heard that the CDC government was throwing people outside because they were appointed by the Unity Party. No. But these people came, the experienced people, they started with the EPS. They then started to cut those people out of the system. People that went for training and were promoted. They took them up to today. Those people still lingering around trying to get redress and they can't get it. Now you have the police. Those guys went for training. Nelson, thank you for bringing that thing up. You're not the first person I heard this thing from. They guys went for training and they graduated. They are working, for God's sake. Why should you hold their salary? You're going to almost 6 months. Those guys are working. If you don't need them, the way you did to the EPS, get them out of the system. You can't have Liberian working, and then you can pay them. And this is a serious risk to our country. But a lot of people sitting and looking. You have people who are trained. Like you said, the number is almost 400 plus, right?
No, the actual number is 646. 646 officers were recruited, graduated from the police academy, and they've been working.
Yeah.
Since the 18th of January, those guys were graduated. They've been working. The police IG admitted that, yes, we owe those people. But then what is the hold on?
See? And
those guys are out there in force. And let me say this. You see this motorcycle no-go zone restriction thing is one of the risky restriction ever. Because the first thing here is the motorcyclist gets on the bike. He knows he's in violation already. So the next thing is the motorcyclist is aware that the police officers are not mobile and, they're just there. So an attempt to want to prevent that guy from violating or what have you, sometimes police officers get run into by some of those individuals in an effort to escape. So it's a risky process all by itself. And that's what the guys are doing. But Vasco, just take 20 seconds to conclude, then we'll move to Francis.
Yeah, Nancy, and this is a security risk to our country. If you have almost 600 people well trained in policing, you have them lingering around with that kind of a feelings, and you having people who are trained to provide VIP for the president. Those guys are roaming around. As also I'm hearing that even the AFL, there's serious problem. They said they are not even getting a salary. This is a serious race. But our people said that every day they go, they're having
But again, Vasco, the other side to this thing, man. Let's look at the recruitment as well. Vasco. I mean, what do you make of just the argument on the other hand that this recruitment was political, man? I mean, just a political process to floor the system. And now it's heading back at those guys.
That's it. And this is some of the thing when I hear my brother then talking, it like, because we were going to election.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that a certain president was thinking that he was going to lose election? He never had that thought. So people that were trained, or people who the previous government employed in the various system, and went after Baga won election,
But again, no, Vasco. That side of the argument you coming away is somehow, because here's the thing: you may want to argue that the former president did not go to election with the mindset that he was going to lose, but you saw everything that happened. Aside from the recruitment process, days to the election, we got information how more pepper spray was being brought from Ghana. You know, they put all the the water trucks. You know, they have the name for it. You know, all those people out. So aside from just recruiting more people, you had everything in stock for just in case.
But Nessie, those guys you're talking about, you saw those guys even before they could even announce the result. Those guys are already, some of them are wearing green. Those guys are already deployed around security. Nessie, this is just wrong. When it comes to security, don't put party business inside. Because whosoever now, the people that are this president employ. So you think when the next president comes, they should move these people with that kind of technical know-how, the training they went through, and they bring their own people? This is wrong. And there's a reason why people want to just infiltrate the president or surrounding the last time. Because people that were already trained, those guys that supposed to provide VIP for the president, they took everyone there and went.
Thank you.
They just brought people.
Let's hear from Francis, and then we're gonna move to Charles next. Francis, go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you know, just to follow what Mobile said, nobody should work in the country and not get paid. Nobody should be working in the country and not get paid. If you don't want somebody to get paid, if you have the money to pay them and you don't want to pay them, get them off the payroll. But you know, this is one of the problems this administration inherited, and one of the irresponsible behavior of the last administration. Our own brother Vasco just said it. Former President Weah did not think that he was going to lose election. That's why he was hiring people. And you see, it just add up to what Nathaniel McGill said. Everything these people did in that country was because they wanted to be re-elected. They didn't do anything that was strategic to help the people or intentional to help the people. The current police force that were there, you couldn't even pay them. For nothing, just quickly, do you know how long they go through the training process, they go through the academy? How many months they last?
I think not 4 to 6 months.
Around. Yeah. Anyway, it's not important if you don't know. But the point here is this. Just like they did with every government agency and ministry, according to Nathaniel McGill, I am not saying, oh, they say, like for the segmentary, you can say, oh, they say, or I heard this. Go play the tape. Nathaniel McGill said it live. That's how they created jobs for people. No position, no function for you to carry out, but you just put your name on an agency payroll and say you got a job.
But again, Francis,
in one government, you got 20,000 drivers in one ministry. You got 20 secretary to deputy secretary in one ministry. That's how they created jobs. When they talk about creating jobs creation in the administration was to just flood the payroll with people names so that they can collect.
But here's the thing. Francis, let me come in from that point you're making. Was it even possible for the past or the previous administration to be asking people one by one whether they're seditious and know who is sedition, who is not sedition, to put them in the police forces?
No.
Is there any possibility of that?
No, it's not possible. It's not possible. Okay, Adam Kamara, thank you. You said 3 months. They go through the academy for 3 months, right? So it's not possible to know if you're hiring or sedition or not. But this is politics. When you do mass hiring or you create jobs, it's sentiment. People that say, "Oh, you see them men creating opportunity for people," so it changes the mind of even your opposition. They say because men creating jobs. That's our Liberian people. They are suffer our people in our country so much that people were giving their voter cards for 5 cup of rice. We saw it live. They were buying people voter registration card for $10, $20 for a cup of rice. That's why they subject our people to reduce them to better, so they sell their birthright, they sell their voice for something. So you think when they just take 600 and some more people and say, come go to the police academy, you got a job. Those 600 and some more people, that's 600 and some more jobs right there. 600 and some more families right there to feed. And what each of those people may have voting age kids, maybe 18, 19, 20 years old, that they can say, you see them, Joria gave us job, you vote for Joria to keep him there. That's what they did everywhere. I'm sitting here saying, if those guys are graduated, regardless of how they went to the police academy or for what reason, if they are used as political pawns, they still deserve to get that pay. But we should not forget the irresponsible and dangerous behavior of the past administration. They did not create any physical jobs for people. The current police people that were there under that term, that blue uniform turned purple because the sun beat it so much, so badly, they couldn't afford to buy new uniforms. But if you put 600 more people in the academy to graduate it, what kind of irresponsible behavior is that? Let's be serious. This is not about politics. I mean, about partisan politics. Be serious. Nathaniel McGill said it. That's how they created jobs. And that's wrong. No function for the people. Those things are some people. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They have no car to patrol the streets. They don't have bikes. Now, see, I sent you the picture the last time. I was standing in Camden at a barbecue, and I saw police officer riding that bike, and I took pictures and sent it to you. That's community policing. They're about to buy these criminals $45,000 car. Do you know how many bikes they can buy for our police officers to patrol the community to protect our people? No, they're not doing any of that stuff. So there's the problem. They get all these people coming out of the academy. Where are they going to be assigned? Who are they going to be serving and protecting? When they have no baton, they don't even have helmet to walk the street. Let's be serious here. But they should get their pay. The fact that they are members of the Liberia National Police, they should get their pay. But it was just irresponsible and dangerous of the last administration. Thank you.
You know, and thanks a lot, Francis. This is very important. The guys have worked 4 months, pretty close to 5 months. There's no valid ID card. No valid ID card. But yet they're out there enforcing no-go zone restriction with motorcyclists. Let's hear from you, Charles. Your thoughts on this. You want to unmute? Okay, let me unmute you. Okay, go ahead. You're live.
Let me start by saying good evening to all of my brothers on this platform. And let me salute my own brother, Molba. Now, I want to say thank you for what you do. Thank you so much for providing us this opportunity. But let me go quickly to the issues that are on this discussion. For me, I have different way of approach when it comes to this. First of all, we have to look at the root cause of these police not getting paid. Let us not put it on a particular government for now. Let us just look at the cost, why these guys are not getting paid. Is it because our senators taking money that they're not supposed to take, and money that is for the country that should be used on these police officers, or their budget is nothing, and that's the reason why they're not getting paid, or the administrations of the Liberia National Police have the money, but they decide to pay a certain group of police officers and leaving these other people unpaid. These are the issues that we first need to look into before going down to other issues. I hear people talking about past government recruited them and it was political recruitment. We should also understand that who determines whether these guys were politically recruited or they went honestly to serve their country. We all are just maybe guessing among ourselves to know who did this or what they did. But again, I think it's very, very bad. It's a disservice to guys who went through the rain, the sun for 3 months. Some of them left their families for 3 months and was on the academy training to serve their country, and today they are not getting paid. It's deceitful. It's very bad. It's sad to hear. But again, discussing this at this point, we should all be looking for the remedy. How these guys can get their pay. How these guys can get their pay.
You know, and you're right on this. And this is exactly where we are. This is exactly where we are. And I know you want to go to the aspect that has to do with their pay, how they can get their pay. But the truth of the whole thing here is that even the IG have admitted, he has admitted that, yes, we owe these people. But then what's stopping you from paying them?
Exactly.
Now, we are talking about an institution, a force that should be setting precedent. Do you know that in Liberia, when somebody owes another person, the first thing they can say are going to police station. They can say are going to Kodo.
Yes, I'm going to the police
station. You know, and this is where we are. But at the end of the day, just conclude, and then we can make our transition quickly to the next talking point.
Yes. And so the recruitment process, the Liberia National Police have their own channel, their own way that they recruit people into the police. And I want to believe that those guys pass through the channels. They pass through the right means to be on the academy, to graduate and have uniform. Even though they don't have ID card to identify themselves out there, but at least we know that, yes, those guys pass through the rank and file of the Liberia National Police Academy. So for them not to get paid, and then we want to narrow it to a particular government, for me, I personally would say, is this government responsibility to pay the people? Forget about the past government recruiting people into the police and their political recruitments and this and that. At this point, it is upon the rescue mission to give these guys their pay because they deserve it, they work for it. And
Thank you.
It is not an issue about just talking about CDC recruited people and it was political recruitment to do fire spray, to do pepper spray. No, let us forget about all of those things now. At this point, they are under the rescue mission, and the rescue mission endorses these people are police officers. And so with that, they should be receiving pay. There's no excuse about that.
Thank you, Charles. Now, Francis, I'm going to give you 20 seconds quickly, but let me say this. Interestingly, even the very police officers do not know. They are not aware of how much they're supposed to be paid.
Oh my God.
Because there was no contract, there was no official promise as to maybe this is what you're going to be making. Okay, so maybe you are new recruits, so you will start you with $50 or $75. They have no idea. But all they want is that they want to be paid because they have been assured that they will be paid. Oh, sorry, my stop is up. It's off.
But Nelson, to be honest with you, the police sector of our country is one of the areas that the government overlook so bad. And that's the reason why you see the guys on the street, they are receiving even $10 labor pay from people. Because they are overlooked. Even when you listen to Prince Moi, when he was giving his report, he said he gave journalists, international journalists, $3,000 US.
He
And
said that
his
was a
back-
mistake. He said that was a mistake. He came back to correct that.
All right. Okay. The mistake was okay. He
he
made a
meant
mistake.
to
All
say
right. But then he
national
said something
benefit.
again. He said something again that drivers and other people that were with them received $2,000. And then when he talked about the police, he said the police they gave them 500. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, you're right on that. Pass. You're right on that. Let's take Francis. Francis quickly, and then we transition.
You see, our brother Charles said a whole lot of things that I agree with, but the problem here is we are missing the bigger picture here. The police need to pay the police officer. We all agree. Those guys went through training, they need to pay them. Somebody said 3 months. They have a former president said they put a freeze on hiring until after the election. So if you calculate 3 months, that's from October, November, December, those guys are in the academy. Why hire people at that time? But then let's forget about why hiring people, because we know he went back on his word and tried to even appoint other people to other positions. But the Liberian people money. You division as a partisan that your money. You're the party. Whatever partisan you are, it's your money. You can just throw it around for political gain. You write it like so Charles said, they don't respect police officers in that country. Do you know you don't have money to pay them? Let's assume that President we are former President we have one re-election. Do you think those guys are going to get paid when the ones that were there before they were not getting paid? Do you really think they were going to be paid? They were just bringing on a lot more people to harass people in the street like they do for volunteer parking, outside parking, so they can get a little thing. And that's how this police officer has been disrespected in that country. The people we expect to come to our aid when we're in trouble to lay down their lives for us. They disrespect them. That's why I always come here and talk about the security. And I talk about the patrol officer. Those are the guys that they hire. Patrol officers.
Thank you, Francis.
For those people.
Yeah, and this is important. It's very important. Vasco, take 20 seconds, then we transition. Finally, 20 seconds, we have to transition to our next discussion.
Yeah, I mean, some issue, you don't have to play politics with some issue. Like my brother said, this is not.
They call him Vasco to gain more news.
Yeah, Vasco, you in your chat room and the people calling Vasco. You need to get another device. You need to get another device you can use exclusively for the show, and then the other phone you can be using it to monitor your to monitor your chat. All of that. No, I don't want us to do that, man. Vasco has an independent mind. He
know nothing.
He push
police
issues.
officers is bad how they treat them in that country. The people that don't respond to any call for anything call, they get cars. But the people that we expect to come to us when we need them, they can't even come to us. You can say care for them. For
Nelson, I think Nelson, you getting me?
Yeah.
I think it would be fair. We look for one of these guys, bring it on the show, and let it explain to us how they.
No. Come on.
We don't want risk.
No, but listen now, the HR, how the process work. I'm wanting to go and say, oh, we want to get our money.
No. Mama, leave that.
No way you can avoid that.
Let's listen. Yeah, Moba, I know you still want push it in, but it's not possible.
No, but listen, I know you wanted to work, but I'm saying, I'm making sense. Because
no, you're making sense. That's the fine thing, like we do with every other sector. The
reason I'm stressing the point on Nelson, the reason is how the HR from the police department work to recruit people and how the system, how the signing, everything, how it works on a whole basis. Then we will know which direction the men go higher if they get higher or not.
Like the pro tem said today, everything was legal.
Then
follow.
why they getting bashed
It
up to
was
the time? Why didn't get an ID card, right? We say ID card. Why didn't get an ID card? So
Trust me,
what
the legality is not the question.
okay. We want to transition quickly. Let's make our quick transition now. I want us to listen here to the pro tem. Yesterday, you went through what Senator Amara Kane wrote, and today the pro tem spoke to it. He said they had DSA and all of that in the budget as part of the money they got. He ended up by saying that he will carry the money back. We didn't see him carrying the money back today. Maybe he will deposit it to the bank account. Maybe he will wire it or put it in grip and carry, whichever way. But indirectly, the pro tem responded to him. And I want us to watch this video again, though a lot of you may have seen it. But let's take a look at it.
Distinguished colleagues and members of the press, before we commence the session for today's sitting, I wish to inform the public that the legislature is the first branch of government and operates by funding approved in the national budget. The retreat held in Grand Bassa County under the theme ensuring robust oversight was legally funded, and the Senate's committee budget line, which makes it legal, is clear. Also, the Liberian Senate does not have a DSA budget line. Therefore, the story about senators getting DSA is false and misleading. The Liberian Senate operates by the Constitution and the rules of the Senate, and the rules provide for one spokesperson on official matters of the Senate, and that person is the President pro tempore. Therefore, all information about the Senate retreat in the public that has been used to target senators is unofficial. Coming out of the retreat is an agreement to have the General Auditing Commission, the GAC, complete its report after a 1-month system review of the Senate's financial management system. We are moving towards setting up the financial management system and digitization, which includes our website for an open Senate. When this process is completed, all information, including publishing our budget and financials, will be on the website and made available to the public. We are also working with the CSA on employee headcount to streamline and build capacity for efficiency in the Senate. These initiatives are laudable, and we are grateful to the institutions involved. The Liberian Senate is now moving towards transparency and accountability and openness, and we are grateful for the cooperation of the entire Senate. On Tuesday, June 25th, the Senate will deliberate on the proposals to the Senate rules that were done at the beginning retreat, and after the endorsement of those proposals, the Senate will have its new rules published for the working of the Senate and the public. Thanks to all.
So there you have it. An official response. First thing is, the report, everything in the corridor is targeted at the senators. It's unofficial, it's untrue. Everything that was spent at the retreat, the budget and everything surrounding that is legal. There was nothing done illegally. And the DSA thing that Senator Amara Kane wrote about is false as well. There's nothing such as DSA enshrined in that particular breakdown. The retreat, the outcome is coming up. The proposers, the relevant entity they're working with is working on it now. They're going to come up. Next Tuesday, they're going to make a very important decision on it. And that is going to see a huge transformation at the level of the Liberian Senate. On the issue of the money, everything you're hearing is not true. Those are the words of the pro tem. Now let's go into this. Mobile, let's start with you on this particular issue here. Listening to the pro temp. It's been 2 weeks, pretty close to 3 weeks. This weekend will make it 3 weeks since the Senate came from the retreat. A day ago, the chair on Ways and Means responded. A day after, the pro temp is officially responding. Mobile, what's going on here? What's your position on this? What are your takes? What are your thoughts? What are your own analysis around this issue?
Thank you, Nessie. I will first start with Amara Conan respond to to what Marty Cody wrote to him. I think it was just something that he wanted to maybe make Marty Cody more angry. I believe that because Yombly when I say something that is not right, more especially she said it on the Senate floor. She said it on the Senate floor, and she was clear. There was no money was allocated or was given to any senator for the salary. I don't know how many dollars. So I believe her 100%. I will not lie to you. I believe her. So for Amara Conan on the aspect, I believe that he was just wanting to make Martin Cody more angry because Martin Cody was the person who started the red flag, who came up with that allegation, and then when it went public, everybody started talking about it. And he went in Amara Conan bars and he wrote Amara Conan asking him, and Amara Conan responded to him and he posted it on Facebook. We all saw it. So based on that, I would just say you were just doing it to make Martin more angry and things. So I'm believing that they take any money like for.
So Mama, what you're saying here clearly is that you're taking the line of the pro temp. You believe?
I believe her. Yes, 100%. I believe her. Yeah.
You think everything that's been in the corridor regarding the retreat has been basically propaganda and not true?
That's propaganda. Nothing. If anybody say it is true, let it bring document. Let it bring, because I believe that there will be a document, or there will be a check or paycheck or something. There will be a paycheck to every senator. So if anybody think that the senator is lying, let him prove the senator wrong by bringing the document. Then we now will come here and say on the other side. But for now, I stand with her 100%.
Thank you, Mova. Great. Let's hear you on this one, Vasco.
Yeah, Nelson. Look, the senators, what people are getting angry, actually, the main reason people are getting angry with the senator is because we are looking at the situation in the country. And for our senators who's supposed to help to make sure that the situation of Liberia right now, the people who brought them to power, who elected them, these are the people that should be looking after before even coming to look after themselves. What everybody is frowning on is the name, the thing they actually went for, retreat. What is the benefit for the ordinary Liberian on what they went for? And looking at the kind of money they spend, this is where the problem coming from. People are not saying, oh, they stole or they this, they that. No. We're not talking about they stole the money. But looking at the kind of money those guys distributed among themselves for retreat, that bringing nothing to the country, that bringing nothing to the
but again, if you say nothing, you may not be right, Vasco, because they went to review their own rules. They went to have conversation around how they can improve transparency, accountability at the level of the Senate. And you heard the pro temp say that they will on Tuesday start to have conversations around these proposals coming from the retreat.
Yes,
isn't that transformation?
Listen, this is laughable. Okay? These people have the opportunity to sit over there. Okay? They go to work. What is so extra? What is so different that they have to go for a retreat and sit and pay for hotel and do all of these things when they bring people money? Look at the country, you call yourself rescue senators. Your government struggling. People cannot get paid. The ordinary people who doing the work cannot get paid. We just discussed about the police. They cannot get paid. Then you take huge sum of money to go discuss. The thing you went up there to discuss, it couldn't be discussed in your session. It could be discussed right there. I mean, so there is no justification for any of them. One American and one make it come from in that group saying that if they know the all the crowds of the Liberian people, although by even giving that money now, it means nothing. But at least when that man come here and say he carry his own money back, that should just ring bell that this is a serious problem. These guys looking at the hardship in the country, they never ever supposed to go sit down in Bikini to discuss. And nothing that people discuss what they're Nelson. Nothing. The people want to went what the marry, make, and do other things. Nothing serious about discuss what they guys went over to distribute that money. I tell you, because the executive, when the executive took $40 million, they requested for that $40 million, and Gideon took $22 million. Then the minister said, don't care about who. For the ministry, we need this. We're going for a retreat. And then they just because they not asking out, but the lower house were about to go do their own. The lower house are getting ready to go do their own. But because they
have that retreat on the way as well. But yeah. Thank you very much, Vasco. Let's hear from Francis, and then we're gonna take Charles.
You know, Nelson, even in the US, the legislature, they go play baseball game and stuff like that. They want to have fun, they go and have fun. These people, if they work hard, they should have fun. So if our senators felt that they work hard, they should all go on vacation sport park and play kickball and football there, and maybe drink some palm wine and go home. But talking about going for retreat, and you want to keep saying the discussing issue to the about the country, nothing to put over there. No, I agree with Vasco and that's the 50%. Only reason I didn't give him 100% agreement because he want to put inside everything that CDC lawmakers, they not go and receive money. He wants to rescue senators. So that's the only thing I disagree with Vasco on, but he's right. And you see, when I keep saying legal criminals, people get mad. Why would she even lead by saying every money or whatever the case may be is in the budget? Who put it in the budget?
Is it fair to say that whole process, that system about allotting this to that and everything did not start with them? This is a system they met there, and they are just moving on the path that was created before they got there.
You are right, Nelson. But this is why I say the three branches of government are criminals cartel in our country. Because no good one there. If you claim to be good, when you come in, be stubborn and sit down and say, I'm not moving forward until XYZ can be fixed, or I'm showing that the emperor has no clothes, I'm showing the Liberian people all the dirt. But everybody come in, they benefit from the same system, but our point is in the budget. But they keep putting all these huge sum of money and lobbying it to themselves. They keep putting it in the budget and making it into law, which is signed by the president. So it is legal. But if they're right, it is bad. That we're talking here, police people even getting paid. They even got bicycle. Nurses not getting paid. The people in our poor president, when they're sick, so go to the hospital and get treated by them. Why? All our children are flying to Ghana, flying to the Middle East, flying to the US to get the best medical care. Our institution, educational institution, high schools, universities, they are dilapidated, they are broken down. But their children are attending, some of them paying $5,000 in Liberia, US for the international school, or they send their children abroad. And I want Liberian people to wake up and forget about politics and shit. Because do you see people that are in office now that enjoy it and you're suffering? If you don't make the sacrifice today to change things, your children will suffer to their children. Your grandchildren will suffer to their grandchildren. Because the person that making the money will keep making the money. You that suffering will keep suffering. So they need to stand up and peacefully hold these people accountable. Lock them up in the Capitol building and don't move until they change some of these laws. Because they don't need no different meeting to say, okay, we don't need $45,000 car every three years. Like I said, they are going to drive brand new cars to go pick up brand new car. It makes no sense why Liberian people continue to suffer. It's wrong.
Thank you, Francis. Charles, let's hear you on this one, and then we.
Yes, I think they're saying everyone is saying almost like the same thing, and it's sad. It's very, very sad to see these things happening. You know, the senators, they are confused, and that's the reason why when this thing come out, you hear the other person saying this, the other person say this, the other person say that, because they are confused. They don't know exactly what to present to the Liberian people at this point. And hearing from the pro-10 that everything was false and misleading that got in the public, it's sad. She just tried to cover up because she know that her name was in the media. She tried to cover up. Everything that people said about issue about money is truth. Nelson, we have very bad school system, terrible school system in our country. Why are these people taking $40,000, $45,000 to buy a car? Why? Why are these people going on retreat? Okay, if we say, okay, these people supposed to go play too small, let them play small. You just started working. You just took office and started working in 5 months' time. And you want to go play? Or you want to go marry men and have fun? And you having fun at the detriment of the Liberian people? What sense does that make? And not just going, but taking a lot of money that could help. The U.S. UL, Sioux guys are demonstrating. There are schools, there are high schools in our country, no armchairs, just armchair. Let's just look at armchairs. There are hospitals in the country, drugs run off, no drugs. We're talking about police, no pay. There are other sectors. It's just that their issues are not reached to the public. But there are other areas in a country that money needs to go to satisfy the life of the people or to deal with the life of the people. But senators, they are taking $275,000, $290,000, and they justifying why they are taking that. And like you said, those things been happening for decades. It been in the system. They met it there. So as a rescue, those things that are not needed, it should be trashed out. And if you are doing that, you don't need to go somewhere else. You can do it right within Capitol building. You can do it right in your session. You don't have to take trip. You don't have to take a lot of people with you. You don't have to take food from heaven, like Martin Colley said. The food was from heaven. You know, so they play with the Liberian people. They're just playing with the Liberian people and using us and using our money for their own selfish gains. And there's no justification to that. There's no justification to that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Charles. And I think with this, we're gonna go to the phone lines. We're gonna take some calls, and then we'll come back. Let's open the lines. Let's get to hear from Liberians. 0555 101075. or you can call us on the WhatsApp number that I'm pinning on the screen now, so we hear what you have to say. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. We want to say thanks for joining us. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Nelson, from my end, and good morning to other guys on set.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
All right, my name is Josiah Sumo, calling from next to neighbor, Congo Peace Island, Kobaleko 540.
Go ahead, sir.
So, next thing, let me say this to you. The putting what they are doing, they are trying to do what they call damage control. Next thing, we are not crazy here. I am not being for the retreat issues raised by other artifacts like Commemorative and Quality, other media institutions and other journalists around here like the Spoon FM. We don't have known they were discussing 556,000. We're discussing according to Amakone Post, even the chair of Westminster Finance, he said in fact they used 275,000, all of that 275,000, 50,000 was allocated for the retreats. Another 290,000.
Yeah, just to wrap up, sir. Yeah, just to wrap up.
Quickly. 290,000 was received for constituency basis, which of all each senator received 10,000. Totally, almost 556,000. We are not crazy. The protesting we should not listen to any other person. I'm not saying some other money was not part of our budget and carry 380,000 back. First of all, they want to in the budget line. According to them, it is bigger. But the one Amakone is mentioning that it was not in the budget line or up the budget line. He carried back. There was no Amakone, there was DSA. The protest there was no DSA. Who do we listen to? Who do we believe?
Thank you very much for your input. Let's take another person here. 0555-101075. And we have the WhatsApp there. Let's see if we can go back to this line and talk to this person. Hello. Please go ahead. You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Good morning to all the guys. My name is Captain Jerry K. Connery. I want to provide this information for you. It's serious, and I will gotta go tomorrow. Murphy Jabata was a police commander in Totota. Murphy Jabata were involved in the continual explosions.
Yeah.
And Murphy Jabata got burned to 7 degrees. He had a GFK, and then later the doctor said they could not keep him there to discharge him because they told him that he needed to go to India to do a plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Murphy Jabata was taken to Banga by his family, and he was dead. But man, the situations were getting worse. So when I saw him, I go on the radio and discuss it. The police IG, Gregory Kuma went there. The recordings are there. He promised the family that the guy was going to be taken to India in 1 week time. In fact, we're not going to wait for the government to do some money allocation. You're going to enter in the police budget.
Yeah, just to
wrap up. The guy is in the 14th hospital 26 days, and he's just suffering there. Now they're telling you they want to do the here. And we're not discussed like that. I need your intervention. I think I try to go to Diamond today so that can give me CEO number for us to talk together.
Thank you.
I need your intervention. I want, this is my number I'm calling on. Please give me your number tomorrow morning. We'll pick it up going for him at the 14th Military Hospital. So the next action will be we'll demonstrate in Banga until the government can intervene. No car will go to Lima. No car will go to Lufa.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your input. We appreciate that. And this is serious. I think he was the police commander in the place Totota where the Tinko explosion took place. Hello, you're live. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. Let's hear you quickly, sir.
Hello?
But you are live. Okay, let's take another person. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
I'm Zach
Johnson, calling from the White Johnson.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Nancy, the problem with this country, it would do not change the constitution of this country. There's no way you can transform this country. That will continue to be this. The constitution is ambiguous. So because of that, the Supreme Court will always come with opinion. So by so doing, we need
Thank
to
you.
reform the constitution.
Thank you very much. We'll take the last two calls and then we wrap up for the call-in segment. So let's see if we can take this person. Hello? I don't know, for some reason our WhatsApp calls are being blocked. I don't know, the WhatsApp calls are not coming through. So let's go back to the local line and see if we talk to this person. Hello? Hello? Good morning? Okay. We lost this person. Okay, so I think we can come back to wrap up, to do our closing, because we want to stick within the time today. So let's start with you, Mobile, and then we can go to Vasco, Francis, and Charles.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to all the listeners of radio, Facebook, and YouTube. You know, I support corruption, number one. Let me make that clear. We all know and we understand that corruption in every nation, corruption break the nation down. Like, people just do things, take money, do whatsoever they want to do, and the Liberian people suffer. My point I'm making here tonight is the amount of money that was given to the Senate for the retreat. How many each one of them take or took home for themselves? That's where when the pro came in and clarified things that none of them took money home. The money that they used, that money that already passed in the budget, and they used it there. They used it when they went for the retreat. That's where my argument came from. Based on that, I'm only appealing to whosoever, even Martin Cody doing a great job, end up bringing all the ills, and I'm commending for that. But when you're saying these things, bring it with evidence. Then we end up on the media, we are behind the scene when we're talking, we say, okay, yeah, the person bring document of this. It's true that the people, each one of them carry a lot of money, or maybe 40,000 or 20,000 or 10,000. Then we will agree to that. But we all know the Senate, the entire House, the Senate or the House of Representatives, they are all corrupt. We came here we can come here all the time. We say it, we explain to the Liberian people how they get the free money, then pass no concession to impact the life of Liberians. We know that. But for people to say they're putting it on JNB, that's the problem. The House itself that different House by itself. The House of Senate are different House. The House of Representatives are different House. So you can't say because it's happening, so JNB is included in the Identical Act. So I would not agree with that, because a lot of people beating on this government, because you can only beat on the 55th legislature. You can beat on the Senate. I will agree with you. I will beat on it because they're the one holding things from happening in our country. They get the power to change everything in our country. They get the power to raise police salary, or they get the power to help schools. They get the power to educate a lot of young forces, a lot of young Liberians. They get the power. But why they doing it? They're there for their own interest. Eating free money, getting free things, everything they're doing is free. End of the day, they bring in no concession that will help Liberians. That's why we're all on the same line.
Thank you very much.
Anybody, when it comes to, let me conclude by saying this. I'm default nobody when it comes to the Senate or the House of Representatives stealing from the Liberian people. It is true. But for people to say that JNB, that's where I default with them. Thank you, Nelson.
Vasco, let's hear you. Your 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. It was a great show. And today, what I take away from this show is the issue of the Liberian, the police officer that been working for almost 6 months and cannot get paid.
Close to 5 months.
That's in January up to this time. Who are
Perfect. Keep happy.
we are this our
Yeah,
General
but go
June,
ahead.
almost 6 months. So I mean, the rescue government need to the name, the nomenclature you guys came with. These things shouldn't be happening. I hope you all forget about the election. The election is gone. We listen to the president do his inaugural speech. He said there is no blue state and no green state. We are all Liberian. During the election, we will come there and make all the noise. We'll say this, we'll say that. Look at what the former president did. When the former president won the election, nobody lost their job. Nobody. Nobody. Civil, no. We are one people. Let's continue on our path. Because you won't be here for everlasting. You will leave. And the young guys that you got behind you, there's some of them don't even know. And I want to tell you, most of the people who doing these things to the president, these are people that don't live in Liberia. They live right here in the United States. As soon as the president time over, they're going to pack and come back here. Some of you guys who will stay in that country and know that government is a higher employer in Liberia, you want to work again. How will you? Maybe the next people that are coming out, they might come back to the same notion that you people came with. And we pray that it shouldn't happen. So
Thank you.
Let's stop.
Thank you, Vasco. Francis. Okay, so let's take Charles, then we'll take Francis. Yeah. Charles is closing, and then we'll take Francis.
All right. Again, it was a great time. But to be honest, let me speak to the issue about the police officer that is fighting for his life. That is very, very important. I personally want to believe if it was any senator, but then that person is in India or somewhere else. The police officer was saving life and property when he got burned. And today, the country knows the issues of him. And he's struggling for his life. It's very, very important. I think this is a wake-up call for the Liberia National Police and the government to see need to go to his rescue. We are rescue people. We need to go to his rescue. He got a family, he got kids, people that look up to him. And so we all have to speak that message out there that at least people will run to his aid. It's very important. To conclude, I want to say again, thank you to Nelson, Moba, Francis, and Vasco for the discussion. It's very important that we all come here to give our view as it relates to trending issue in our country. But one thing I want to say, giving our opinion, we should be very objective. At this point, we are looking for the forward march of Liberia. We're not just looking at political party or party sentiment because I love this person, so I should just say things in the interest of this person. No. Let us put Liberia first. Liberia is the only place we call land, we call motherland, Liberia. For those of us who's in the diaspora, we still have the hope and courage that one day we'll go back to Liberia to live. And so with that, guys, let us put Liberia first. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Francis, you want to do your closing? And
thank you to everybody. Just to conclude on my side, we don't like to politicize things, especially when it comes to death or injury and things like that, especially when that caller mentioned the police officer that got burned in the Total incident. But we have our folks talking about, oh, yes, this administration should handle it. But what they're not telling people is that Total incident was was during the last administration. And let me say again, this current administration should make sure that officer receive the best treatment possible. But what they did not say, everything is said, they put it on the rescue government. But they did not talk about that man got burned months before rescue government came into power. When the injury was fresh, the president did not even speak to it. He was even ashamed to talk about it. The vice president had to make a big stop. Why she was going to dedicate a hand pump in Bon County? She just stopped in Kakata in Toronto to say stop. But that officer got burned during the administration, and that man has been suffering up to today. This administration should do something, but I just want to make it known. You see how they try to slip it under the water, to slap it in there and put it on rescue when the man got burned during the administration. It's bad. We shouldn't be doing it.
It's continuity.
Then the mother, yes, we'll blame the president for what happening also, because he signed the bill, the budget into law. Even though we are not, the public have not even seen the budget yet, but they are still going and collecting money from the budget. You see how it don't make any sense? They passed the budget, I believe, in May. It hasn't even been released to the public, but they're still collecting money from it. So yes, the president can
come on. Which budget are you talking about?
The national budget?
No, the budget has been passed. It has been signed into law by the president. So everything that is going on now is execution. So,
but what happened here is the president signed it.
Yeah,
he's not satisfied with the budget. He should send it back. Just like when the executive send the budget to the legislature, they send it back to them. They make amendments and send it. They go back and forth. So the president took and said, "Okay, I'm not doing this. I always say this. He should go to the Library Report directly and tell them the problem." President Obama did the same thing when he was trying to pass the Affordable Care Act on the call Obamacare today. Republican House and Senate wanted nothing to do with that, but they took the case to the American people. And when they called that senators and lawmakers, they had no choice, and they passed it today. Even former President Donald Trump campaigned that he was going to scrap Obamacare on day one. He himself said it's hard to cancel healthcare law. So the people, he can go directly to the Liberian people. It's not enough to say, "Oh, the president is not part of it." The president is signing. His signature makes it law. So when the legislature say, "Oh, it's in the budget, we want to spend what's in the budget," the president signed that budget for them to be able to steal that amount of money from the Liberian people. So he's partially responsible too. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Vasco. Thank you, Charles. And Mobile was here. Thanks to all of you guys. Thanks to our folks in Radio Land. Thanks to our folks across the internet for being here with us as well. We've had another great show, and we look forward to being here tomorrow. But again, for instance, it's Saturday, right? Saturday is the raffle. Of course, for the smoke alarm, the campaign, this initiative. Of course, you can reach out to Francis, as we said again. Please reach out to Francis. The goal is to get 1,000 smoke alarms. Francis started this initiative. He's very passionate about it to help save lives in Liberia. And so with the wave of fire outbreaks across the country, just a smoke alarm will help save a life. So please support this initiative. Reach out to Francis. On Saturday, he has given up his PS5 just to beef up this whole thing in. And once you can get a slot, on Saturday we're gonna do a raffle. Someone will be winning the PS5 that you see right next to him there. He said that he wants us to get 25 person.
At least I said a minimum of 25 people to buy into it. Well, nothing. Where we stand today, Thursday, it's Friday on your end. I don't think this raffle will go through, will be successful, because as we said, only 3 people have bought full slots. 3 people have bought full slots, and we need at least 21 more people to buy into it. And this stuff is not going into my pocket. Right now, I have purchased 198 smoke alarm, and my brother Nathaniel Biggins in Sweden, he has purchased 50. So we have a total of 148, and I'm ordering 60 more tomorrow. We are doing small. So any penny we raise from this thing going to buy smoke alarm and send to Liberia. We just need the help. But as we see, but like I said, as of this Saturday, we not hit the mark. My PlayStation 5 will give to my nephew. Already been complaining that
Come on. We're not going there. We're not going there. We're not going there, Francis. Guys, reach out to Francis and we want to make this work. And I want to say,
5 people to buy into the raffle.
And I want to say,
how we want to help our people?
It is still possible, Francis. And I want to say,
I know we still got a few hours. But if it don't happen this Saturday, I would join it. I'm serious. I would take my own time. I would still be begging people like I'm doing now, collecting smoke money. When I get paid, I buy some smoke alarm, I put it down. Even if it takes me 6 months, I will raise that 1,000 smoke alarm and send it to Liberia. But I know our people will not let me down. People will come through and help us, help our people in Liberia. Thank you.
Well, I think that's how we like to end up. We already out of time. I think we extra 8 minutes. I want to say thanks to everyone for being here. We look forward to being here tomorrow with another edition of the Late Night Show. Until then, have a good night and bye-bye for now. Thanks to our brother Charles. Charles is his first time joining us tonight as a guest panelist. We appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you again. Vasco, we look forward to you bringing the 5th edition you say you're bringing. Vasco said he's recruiting 5 editions to help me with the multiple rescue panelists you have to face every night. You know,
plenty.
So just as
that's why I'm not a rescue. That's why I'm not a rescue man.
Charles, you said we are rescued. I underscore that statement when you said we are
rescued. When I said we are
rescued,
when I said we are rescued, I'm talking about the entire country now. I'm looking at it like general.
Rescue country now.
You're clarify.
I'm not a sedition. I'm not a unit partisan. I'm a free thinker.
What?
Thank you. Thank you, guys. We look forward to being here tomorrow. We look forward to being here tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone, and bye-bye. Okay.